Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before we start the video, don't forget to hit the like button so that others can see it. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and drop a comment if you enjoyed the video. Now back to the video, hope you enjoyed. In the previous part, the protagonist and his future wife exchange a cute moment and he asks her to the Lantern Festival. Before Muliuxu was reborn, we see her sitting and writing, and she asks her servant about all the noise happening outside, and the servant tell her that the city is celebrating the Lantern Festival. She stands up and asks her servant about the festival, which he explains that the festival happens every year on August 15th and that it symbolizes reunion and it celebrates the awaiting autumn harvest. She is worried that the rebel army spies will be able to use the chaos to try and end her life, so she wants the festival to be cancelled. The servant tells her that the festival is very important and is something civilians are looking forward to. She tells him that the commoner's feelings means nothing compared to her safety. The servant obeys and leaves to cancel the festival. In the present, we see her enjoying the festival, and a group of men starting having bad thoughts about her, but this is stopped by our MC. The MC bought her a pinwheel and asks her to follow him as they enjoy the festival. We see that the MC is all over the place, and that he regrets not bringing the servants as he bought too much. His wife tells him that wasting money is bad, but he tell her not to worry because he is the capital's #1 good for nothing, and hands his wife the things to carry, and gives her a mask he was wearing. Comment if the mask reminds you of any anime. He asks her to take a look in the mirror, and as she looks in the mirror she gets a feeling she didn't feel in her past life, and she tells him that she like it. But they are interrupted and she dropped the things she was carrying and gets mad. The MC changes the subject and leaves. She gets saddened and starts walking away. Our MC comes back with a gift for her and tells her that now she won't have to worry about others noticing her white hair. She puts her face on his chest as she pinches him, saying that he got it from another woman. He tells her that he did it for her and she kisses him. They continue with their date and she is now able to enjoy the festival because it now has something to do with her. To those who are single, I apologize, but trust me, I wish it was me too. But don't worry, as you guys have me praying for your success. We see them sitting and enjoying a cup of tea as they think about tell each other the truth before the other decides to abandon the other. The MC starts but is interrupted by the blue sparrow. The MC cowards and doesn't tell her and comes up with an excuse, so she decides to tell him, but she is also interrupted by servant Yu and Jai. She also comes up with an excuse and they decide to meet up later. They both leave in the same direction. He asks her if she isn't going to use the toilet, but she bring up that in her culture prior to marriage the girls must maintain distance from the groom. And she asks him the same question. He answers saying that he has a disorder where listening to music causes him constipation. She gets concerned and thinks about a doctor checking up on him. They say their goodbyes and the MC address the sparrow, saying that this better be an emergency because if not the bird will be drowned in the water she is standing on. The sparrow tell him that Huang Yurong, formed of the Huang clan, left the palace and was conspiring with her dad, and it seems that the Huang clan can't wait any longer to frame Muliuxu, and he asks the sparrow to prepare the poison insect. And once the festival is over he will pay a 6 to the Huang clan. At another part of the festival we see Muliuxu talking to her servant. Her servant has arrived at the capital and is awaiting further instructions. She instructs her to wait 2 more days, as she is finding someone to bring her into the Zhao residence, and she asks how many days it will take for the reinforcement to make their way there, which the servant responds saying that to make sure all goes according to plan, a great General Yuzai accompanied them. She is happy as her and Yuzai are in the Dan realm puts them in top few experts that are within the clan. She tells her servant that when the time comes they need to get the Chalcedony mine and that there shouldn't be any delay. Their conversation ends, and we see the MC with Muliuxu concluding their evening by saying that they will come again next year. And in the next scene, the MC is observing the daughter and the head of the Huang clan, who is being cautious because one of their maids is a spy for the emperor. Everyone knows the Zhao clan holds the military power, so they look down on the military of war, but this is not the case because in the past Huang Yu was useful even after Muliuxu became empress. Because of this, the MC decides to investigate this deeply, and he will eliminate him if he is loyal to Zhizing. So the MC starts with his children. The clan head looks in the direction of the MC, but he doesn't notice him. The MC approached the daughter disguised as her father. After approaching her, he exposes that he is not her father and tells her that the witch clan knows about her poisonous insect and he gave her a pill which would make her brother crazy. And he tells her that if her brother isn't crazy, she will be the one to go insane instead. We then see the MC getting woken up by his dad, who reminds him about the protocol officer that's coming from the palace. The MC tells him not worry, so he asks if he has a plan, but he tells him that a normal person shouldn't worry about fighting and kill, and that he is a refined person. The dad grabs the shoes, which wakes up our MC, and he explains that he changed his mind, and that if it becomes trouble Yasmi, they will just have to wait for the princess residence to be completed. His dad tell him that there will be no princess residence because the palace claims that they aren't doing so well and can't find land that is suitable. The MC wants to wait, but he would have to wait until his next life before land becomes suitable. The Emperor's men arrive, and they are accompanied by Renachai, who is one of the Emperor's most trusted, but because of his old age he doesn't leave the palace much. But he came after hearing about the marriage. They decide to continue their conversation later, and Renachai directed murderous intent towards our MC. He approaches the princess, and tells her that he brought the person she requested, who is her servant that dyed her hair black to avoid people's attention. The maid thanks him for bringing her, but the princess exposed his identity, and the enraged servant wants to kill him for being a traitor to the former divine lord. But his cultivation base is too profound and her attack is blocked, and she is pushed back until the princess steps in, stopping the fight. He excuses himself, but before leaving he asks if the princess doesn't want to marry the good-for-nothing MC, but she warns him and tells him not to worry. But he thinks that because the princess was a shut-in, she has been fooled by the MC. The servant is concerned about just letting him go like that, but the princess tells her to let it be because the foundation isn't firm enough. The servant gives a report about the Huang clan's son going crazy, and that it was likely that someone poisoned him. The maid also tells the princess that the other women that entered with her are trying to get to be with the MC. The MC is thinking of ways to see the princess. Because of the rules of the etiquette, he will be stopped if he tried to enter, but the MC realizes that he is playing the role of a useless person, so why would he care about those rules, and decides to walk right in. But as he approached, he is stopped by the waiting Gurads, who question him about his reason for being in that area. He tells them that he wanted to take a stroll and enjoy the flowers, but the guards tell him that the area is restricted, and that he is not allowed to see the princess before they are married. Not having any choice, he uses the deadly art of entering through the back. If you guys made it this far, comment if you know what anime this special technique is from. The guards get angry, but the MC Naruto runs away. And meanwhile, in a room, his dad, the Runach-hai, are having a conversation about what is to take place in the next month, and about the marriage trail the MC has to face, which is to spend the night with two beautiful women without doing the deed with them. The MC's dad is happy that the Emperor at least respect the MC enough to send beautiful women instead of old maids. A servant runs in and tells the head that his son is attacking the inspection officers. When gets there, he sees the officers on the ground holding their butts. THMC is stopped and the guards left, and he gets hit by his dad. While on the floor, his dad asks him about the girls, and he asks if he would be able to help reject them. He decided to help, because he is worried that he will get them pregnant, and if that were to happen, that the Emperor would know what underwear he would be wearing.